My dream is that maybe one day, somebody gets sick of having these and they take them into a thrift store and somebody just happens to be like, hey, that looks like a cool cover, I'm gonna grab that, goes home, listens to it, finds my entire body of work and becomes a fan. Like, that's something that's cool as hell to me, if we're being completely honest. It's 2026. Most artists are using streaming platforms as the main method for releasing their music. I, on the other hand, have gone back to releasing my music strictly on Bandcamp, with most of my sales coming from the music that I've pressed on CD. This whole journey started a few years ago when I began taking the music that I had ownership of off of streaming platforms. And the more that it's progressed, the more that I've kind of realized the importance of owning physical media and putting your art on a physical format. And the first thing that, before we even dive into anything, part of the reason I removed things from Spotify was the monetary aspect. As an artist, the idea of getting paid a third of a cent per stream is a slap in the face. And yes, you get paid multiple times for the same stream, whereas if you sell an album, you're only getting paid once. But the fact that I can sell an album and make 15,000 streams worth of income in a single sale was important to me. And then there's the preservation aspect. I have this idea where if streaming platforms were to disappear tomorrow, all of the music that I enjoy that I have saved on my playlist is gone, and I'm not going to remember a lot of it. It's background noise for me. It was music while I was driving or cleaning the house. I would just throw on a playlist before I got rid of them altogether. And then vice versa. Like, if my music that people have saved, it's gone. They're not going to remember a lot of it, especially when you're making beats within this lo-fi genre or an instrumental genre, and they're just on these playlists and they're kind of there to be background noise. So that's when I really started to double down, and I took the step to start putting my music on these CDs. And I have monthly mail outs, I have projects that I have released, a limited run of, but just the idea of having a physically tangible asset for somebody to hold and collect and listen to at their leisure. It's a little bit more difficult. Yes, going on Bandcamp and purchasing a CD isn't the most convenient of avenues, but at the same time, the people that are there specifically for that purpose. I've noticed that the people that listen on Spotify are a lot different than the people who listen on Bandcamp. And when you're rolling through your demographics, the people who find your music on Spotify are less likely to purchase a physical copy, whereas somebody who stumbles across you on Bandcamp really likes the project, maybe likes something special that you did with the project, a limited run. We buy those. I go on there routinely and I can think, I bought No Kids Got Cats. I have the full trilogy, and that's something that's coming in the mail for me soon. By the time you see this video, it's probably out. So documenting those things and having them there, just in the event that the digital era goes to absolute shit, I still have all these physicals that I've collected over the years accessible for me. I'm not going to lose them. It's something that I cherish, and I take pride in having those things. And now within this dojo space, the DIY dojo as I call it, I have all the tools necessary to continue to press these and document my work. Beat CDs that I put out, these beats that are sitting on my hard drive, I can put out and release a project. The things that are archived in the Patreon and within the vault get pressed up into the Ethos series, and those get mailed out to people on a month-to-month basis. And so, like, there's a collection, there's an archive of my work, there's fragments of it across North America for people to listen to and to stumble upon at some point. My dream is that maybe one day, somebody gets sick of having these and they take them into a thrift store, and somebody just happens to be like, hey, that looks like a cool cover, I'm gonna grab that, goes home, listens to it, finds my entire body of work and becomes a fan. Like, that's something that's cool as hell to me, if we're being completely honest. And because I have the tools necessary within the dojo, I can do that. And everything starts with being burned to a master disc, and then it goes into the CD duplicator that I was fortunate enough to find on Marketplace for $70, and we duplicate all the copies, we get our runs ready, and then we start printing the covers. And they're just simple covers. I design them in Canva, I put them on a track list, they get printed, they get cut, they get folded, and then they get put into each disc, and each disc also gets printed directly onto with the XP 7100 printer. It goes directly onto the disc. You buy these verbatim matte white or silver discs, and with the printer it'll print directly onto the CD, and that's something cool. It gives it a little more, it's a little bit more polished. I remember being in high school and we would purchase the stickers that you could press onto the discs, and they would end up coming off half of the time when you were taking them out of the CD player in the car. So everything here is polished. It's not glass mastered and professional, but it's DIY, it's hand assembled, it's crafted locally. All products are coming directly from the dojo. I don't 3D print the cases or anything like that, but everything is me. It's hands-on, it's hand assembled, and it's mailed directly to the supporters. And maybe someday, CD players become obsolete and they disappear entirely, but there's still going to be people that hold on to them, collect them, and keep them. They'll be in their collection forever. I know mine will be. And like I said, if CD players became obsolete, I would still hold on to these, just like people did with vinyl records and cassettes, because those things have a tendency to come back. And I have no doubt that CDs, as they're coming back in, maybe they'll fade away again, but eventually they'll come back, and I'll still have my collection, and I'll still be ready to pull up my Discogs account and start purchasing things that fit within my collection. I've got a list of things that I want to buy. There's Souls of Mischief album, there's Isosceles Face the Music, original pressings that I want. There's CDs from when I was in high school, from like the Battle Axe days, that I would love to get my hands on that we didn't have access to at that time. There's projects from local artists that I've been trying to source out and see if they come up there. I think just recently I grabbed a Factor Time Invested CD, which should be here any day now. But that's why I collect, and that's why I'll continue to collect, because even if these fade away for a while, I'm certain that they'll come back once again. And that's timeless, because it's physically there, and it's not like the digital era where if it disappears or if it's deleted, it gets removed from a Google Drive or Spotify playlist. It's gone. You have these, you own them, you'll always have access to them. As long as they're in playable condition, you will have access to these.